Thank you.
How about that? What a nice introduction from Leah Shaw. I stole another one of her videos. And welcome. I see Cindy and Don Hershey and Jennifer out there. I think I saw someone say hello, CAC. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Nothing really on the agenda today. I got a new t-shirt. It's for Dead Eats Construction. I got it in the mail today. I don't wear a lot of shirts with logos on them, so you feel yourself, you are special, but I appreciate it. And I will represent Dead Eats Construction Company. Well, let's without further ado, let's go and see what's going on. We got hopefully an hour show today. We'll see. Let me get the link ready. Hold on here. I got to do a little housekeeping. I'm wondering if Cindy recognizes my background. Anyways, that's kind of a theme, a new background every day, a new intro video from a family member. It's kind of quaint. Well, Jennifer has something to say, I'm pretty sure. So let's have Jennifer pop in and see what's going on in Indio. Can you hear me, Jennifer? I can't hear you. Maybe you want to leave and come back, or maybe I don't think your microphone's muted, but Cindy, correct. That is Santee Lakes behind me. Try to leave and come back. Sometimes that helps. There you go. I don't know what was happening. This is you get what you pay for, I guess you should say. So, beautiful day up here in Crescent City. A very good work day for myself and my company. So, I got a little pep in my step, which is nice to have. It's always nice to secure the future for a little while, anyways. So, yeah, beautiful day up here. Had a great day at work, and yeah, and I'm here. At 4 o'clock, crept up on me really fast, and let me drop that link again in case it's been hidden. Nope, there's Jennifer. Let's see if it works. Can you hear me? I don't know. The last few times you've come on, we've had trouble with the microphone. Yeah, I just don't hear you. So who else is out there in internet land, Facebook land? Someone, if Celeste is out there, that would be wonderful. She's probably watching from YouTube, I guess, because we do stream these to YouTube every time. A nice little feature. All these are saved for posterity. Can you talk, Jennifer? Okay, I'm going to remove you and try to come back. Hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Try to remove yourself again. And we'll give that a try. If you can listen to me, Jennifer, I'll try to do this real quick. If you have Windows 10, I don't know if you're on a phone or a computer, but you can go to the settings and check your microphone to see if it's working. You can actually see a little bar graph go up and down if things are right. Let's try Cindy. Let's see if Cindy's work. I'm hearing you.
You're hearing me?
Oh, good. Yes. Can you hear me?
Me? Yes, I can hear you.
No, good. So you recognize Santee Lakes?
I do recognize Santee Lakes. That's so cute.
I try to represent a little of everybody when I can.
I know you do. You're good like that.
I try. I do try. So what's going on?
For me?
How's your mom doing?
She's not doing well, Patrick.
I don't like hearing that, but go ahead.
I don't like seeing it either. Well, Jen, are you there now? Can't hear you, cousin.
She hasn't talked yet. Say something, Jennifer. Yeah, I see your lips moving. Well, your brother wants to come on.
That was quick. You didn't give me time to set up. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Kurt.
I'm wondering if we could hear Jennifer.
I
I
can't.
don't think so. Yeah, she's messed up. She messed up.
I can't read lips. I'm not good at that at all. Maybe you can put up a sign.
Okay.
Write it out.
I kind of really would like to give a little update about my mom.
Please.
Yeah, we'd like to hear it.
Like that. Especially with Kurt on. So Kurt, mom's not doing great. She's really not. She has that giant blood clot in her upper leg, in her groin. And on that same leg, she has a gall-sized, what's it called? Hematoma, which is a big bloody mess. A hematoma is just blood under the skin, but it's huge. Her skin doctor, not her dermatologist, her skin doctor did a biopsy on her arm last week. She has a new growth. And we went back today for him to read it. And he said, oh, it was inconclusive. I'm like, how can a biopsy be inconclusive unless you didn't give her you didn't submit the right type of biopsy? So we're going to deal with that at another time. I'm taking her to a full-on dermatologist. I'm not going to fuck around with this skin doctor. So, my mom has got huge stomach issues. Her stomach always hurts. She's always in pain. And we had talked to her other doctor. We had her regular GP, and he said that she cannot go off of her blood thinners right now, which she wants to do so she can have a gallbladder surgery, which she thinks she has to have. And I'm not so sure that's what's wrong with her, because her pain comes before she eats, and with gallbladders, it comes after you eat. She always feels good after she eats. I think she's just on a lot of freaking drugs right now, and they're messing with their system. But anyway, Kurt, just so you know, she feels like
Well, that's
crap.
not encouraging.
No, I know. I'm
I
scared.
don't have a
Kurt,
fix for that.
scared.
You know, I can get a wheelchair fix, but I mean, thank God you're there for her. That's what I say all the time.
Brother, I need you to be here for me.
When do you want me to be here? When do you want me to be there? I mean, are you over the scare now, or the, you know, I know there was like, you guys were quarantined heavily for a long time, and then
that's not even on the agenda. I've been going grocery shopping into Costco, and trust me, you can go there, you can go anywhere practically. I mean, we've gone to the doctors multiple times. I'm just really worried.
I'll call you when we're done here tonight, and we'll talk. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cindy, I think Kurt represents a lot of our sentiment.
Sorry.
Thank you for taking care of one of our favorite aunties. We appreciate it.
Well, Patrick, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
No good. I'm sure a lot of people do. So thank you. We miss her.
You're very, thank you for, oh, sorry. It's been a long day.
It's okay. Is it hot there?
It's 82, so to me it's burning hot, but to most people it's pleasant. I'm just always hot.
You need to make a visit up here again.
Well, you know, Jean is having Josh tested tomorrow up in LA to see if he has the antibodies. And if he does, she said, fuck this. Sorry for the language. To heck with this. We're going to Crescent City.
No, she contacted me recently.
Jennifer,
she wants to come up. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, she really, really does want to come up.
What's in Carson City that she wants to go to? Just
Crescent City, Kurt.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Carson City. Yeah, what's in Crescent City? What's there to see there?
Crescent City. They just love it up there.
Me.
Yeah, Patrick's there.
And it's cool. It'll be 70 degrees.
He doesn't want you to feel like you have to entertain her, Patrick.
No, I know that.
Okay.
Jennifer, can we hear you?
Not yet.
God dang it, something's wrong with her. She's having technical issues.
She is.
She needs to get her some grandson or something to come over. She's Joanna to help her figure that out.
Well, Joanna's an expert golfer and an excellent chef, but I don't know how she is technically. Maybe Tommy needs to go.
So any kid that age is twice as technical as anybody our age. You can just about count on it.
I'll agree to that.
I agree. I will agree to that one for sure. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's she's in our thoughts.
I called Jen earlier to tell her I don't know what to do with it all. And I didn't really want to make this kind of an announcement. We're not asking for anything. We don't want people to call because she can't freaking hear. It's just that's where she is right now, and she's not in a real good spot. Well,
I'm not going to pretend to give you advice. I mean, you're in it. There's nothing I'm going to say that's. I just don't know what to say. How I can help you. I can be there more often if that's what you want. I can do that. So we'll talk after the show.
You can give me advice. I'm not a nurse. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just here with her and taking her to appointments, and
you're doing as good as better than anybody else would do. I know that. I mean,
well, I'm sure what you said was very nice, but it was garbled and I didn't understand it.
I said what you are doing is you're doing it better than anybody else I know that could do it.
I don't know. Kari was pretty damn good. Plus, she cleans the house. Anyway, we need to change the subject. What do you want to talk about, Kurt?
I just came in. I just came on because I saw you were here, and I wanted to took it as an opportunity because people are. Pat was asking me yesterday what my mom's house was like, and I said, well, I knew she had the blood clot in the leg, but I didn't. There was other aspects that I didn't know, and you were much more qualified to tell Pat how mom is doing than I was.
I really wish I could understand you, but I'm gonna go off and just listen and not be up here because I didn't understand anything you said. It was garbly.
Can you understand me, Pat? Can you?
Not that you're garbly, but just came across.
I can.
Okay, so I'll see you guys.
Okay. Bye, sis. Call you later.
Bye.
Bye, Cindy. Yeah, maybe once she's off, she can hear you a lot better.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's not happy times. You know what I mean? My mom, she's definitely suffering right now. At least I don't think she's bedridden yet. I'm pretty sure she's not.
Jennifer, can you hear us?
She still can't hear us.
She can hear. I think she can hear. Can you hear? Shake your head if you can hear us, and we'll know that part's working. Okay, yeah, we just can't hear you. I don't know what. I think I picked that one up. I don't know what the problem is. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this. I didn't get that one. Put up a sign for. Nope, can't hear you. Are you on a PC or a phone? Kurt, I wanted you to come back up here. I got something I want to tell you. Now you leave me here all alone. Kurt, if you're listening, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I guess. Unless you want to come up. Let me drop the link. And also, I'm getting my comments again on my StreamYard. I'm getting my comments on with my StreamYard so I can put them on the thing. Well, it'd be easier to talk to Kurt because it might not make a lot of sense. I don't even know if he's still watching. But I'll just go ahead and say it. It's a lot harder to do this without you on the screen, by the way, but I'll just do it. Yesterday, you asked about math and predictions, and I kind of gave you an example of statistics and flipping a coin, which once I thought about it, I said, that wasn't a very sexy example. I could have came up with much better examples about how math can make predictions. Well, actually, one that I think you can relate to is about 300 years ago, not quite, a guy named Isaac Newton came up with laws of motion. And those are mathematical models of how things travel, with forces acting on them, the forces of nature, which I like to talk about. So with Newton's formulas for motion, it got us to the moon. We could predict, given so much force from the rocket, where it's going to end up, and just by analyzing the forces on something with the laws of motion, we could actually predict very precisely how things move. But anyways, I think that might be a better example about how math can make predictions. Let's try Jennifer again. And she's not connected at the moment. We're just having all kinds of problems in Indio, California. So who else wants to come up here? Come up on the panel. Who wants to get in the hizzle? I'm down to one Pop-Tart. One Otter Pop. So let's see here. I'm up here the bullets are starting to sweat out of me. Man, I love that. I love that a lot. That is one of Newton's laws of motion. Correct. Let's see. Here's someone else. Let's see if his microphone is says not connected, Uncle Joe. If you can hear me. But yeah, math is special, Donnie. Math and science, they can make predictions, which is awesome. There we go. Now you're popping in the screen. Let's welcome. Thank you, Joe, for taking me out of the little mess I got myself into.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfect. Good. I like that. You do good with colors. Those colors work for you. That purple really pops. That lamp. You got it going on there.
Yeah, I'm a colorful guy. I just wanted to give my kudos to Cindy for what she's going through, because I know kind of what that is, going through that with my mom 20 some years ago. But when we went through it up here, we were able to kind of pass it around, share the burden. I think Carol probably took on more of it than anybody else, but we were able to take turns the time she wouldn't want to be alone, or if she ended up in the hospital. And so I can only imagine what it would have been like at that time if it was only me, because we had about 10 or 12 people to share it with. So I can only imagine how hard that is on Cindy, that it would be very, very emotionally draining, physically draining. And yeah, I feel for you.
Yeah, I think we all do. It's kind of heartbreaking to hear that. That's for sure.
And this is not a mole on my nose. This is where my glasses broke. And I had to put some tape on there. So just clear that up.
The old tape on the bridge of the glasses trick, eh?
Well, it's either that or $20 for a new pair of glasses.
Do you get prescriptions or readers?
They're readers.
Actually, readers work a lot better for working with a computer for me. My prescriptions, bifocals are horrible.
That's all I use for everything is readers.
Mm.
Never paid over $20 for a pair of glasses in my life. But it works.
My eyes are shot. But
so one other little thing I wanted to kind of make a point about. So the other day I was rambling on about where is it? Pendulums.
Yes.
And then I saw later that Donnie posted something about how science has disproven this. I just wanted to tell Donnie that there's no science behind it. I completely understand that. And if you play with something like that, never take it serious. It's a game like, maybe, I think it's a little more accurate than reading an astrology chart, because I do believe it has something to do with your subconscious mind, because you are actually the one moving it. So it's no big deal. I know, I understand there's no science, and no, I do not take it serious. I just like to play with a lot of things that I don't take that serious, and that's one of them.
Okay, well, I want to make an announcement now to everybody who's listening. Let's stop the intervention. Let's stop the intervention. He's not as crazy as we thought he was. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know, after that last one, I think I get into UFOs, NDEs.
No, actually, those are actually fascinating topics, believe it or not.
I was a bit goofy, now they have no doubt, but yeah, that's my world.
No, actually, I can almost guarantee you this. The way I think, I'm sure is in the vast minority. I think probably people think I'm just very narrow-minded and not open-minded. I'm sure of that, and it is what it is. But a lot of people like your message and that kind of, well, those topics are fascinating. I agree. And I think, again, I think we should do a show about that.
Well, I wish I knew more about all of them. I just love looking into things like that, like vortexes. I've always been interested in vortexes where you have these energy meridian points around the planet, and yeah, someday we'll talk about that maybe.
No, I think we should. I think we should. No, those another one actually I think would be a good, like, because I guess it borders on politics, but I think we talked a little bit about today that new Michael Moore movie. I sat down and watched it last night, and there were some, actually, it's one of those things. There were some very interesting points, but also there was some things I was very upset about that he didn't put on, and it was so biased in one direction, especially on the renewable energy part, that that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But then I continue to watch it, and it kind of takes another turn. But that, to me, in fact, when I talked, I don't know if you heard me before, I used to talk about, how I like to talk about energy. It's all about energy and moving things. And so when it got to that part of it, that my philosophy is we got to think about that, and we move too much. And that's exactly, we just move too many things, and we don't need to. And there's a consequence when we move stuff. When we move shit from China, excuse my language, there's a consequence to that, and it's about consuming at ever greater rates to keep the economy going. And anyways, we're going to start getting political, but I would like to do a show with you where that's the topic. Let people watch a movie and talk about it, because it is a little disturbing, and I was very disappointed that what he left out of the movie, I'd like to say. Having said that, what do you think about that?
Well, I only watched the first half, and I do want to finish watching it. I was very confused by it because I've always respected Michael Moore. The movies he's made in the past, they always, if nothing else, they make a lot of sense. This one did not make a lot of sense to me, but out of respect for Michael Moore, I am going to finish watching it and try to figure out what the point he's actually trying to get across in that movie.
No, the first half, you don't. It paints a really narrow picture, basically on the bogus renewable energy field, and then it goes into other topics. I wish it wasn't set up that way, but you need to watch the whole thing to get the gist of it.
Yeah, I definitely will, and it's not like I don't have the time to do it.
No, I know, too much time.
Plenty of time.
Well, good. I know Donnie was talking about it, and a couple other people I saw on Facebook, a little bit of banter about it. But no, those are topics that fascinate me, because that's what it's all about, is energy. The only thing we do is move things. The definition of energy is the ability to move things. So,
well, when it comes to energy, I think I brought this up once before. I'm curious if the mind has energy, if there's energy to thoughts.
Well, energy is one of those words that, it's like carbon or organic. It depends which field you're talking about. In the strict sense, and that's the field I come from, is the physical sciences. Energy, it's a kind of the definition is the ability to move something. If something contains has energy, it has the ability to move something. Can the mind move something? If that's the case, I know there's a different kind of energy. I felt it in big crowds. I've seen it at concerts when I was in the LA riots, the Rodney King riots. I felt it. There was an energy that was undeniable. I felt it at concerts, going, wow, this is amazing. This, what's going on there, I don't know. But by the technical definition, I don't know if it can move things. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting, but there's definitely other things out there that are immeasurable, by scientific means.
Right, and not just thoughts, but feelings, emotions, anger, joy.
And it gets amplified in crowds.
Yeah, generally.
It really does. I think we might be getting here somewhere with Jennifer. You now I see, Jennifer, that your mic is muted, but it's muted on your end. I didn't see that part.
She's got to find that setting where you unmute.
Yeah, it looks like it might be working now. Jennifer, talk. Well, she needs Joanna. I think Joanna would help her out over there. She disconnected. Anyway, yeah, I would like to. I would love to talk. I would love to talk about that kind of stuff. But again, it starts. With Michael Moore. I think by definition he's a polarizing political figure. So.
Yeah, well, he predicted Donald Trump winning.
Yeah.
As did a lot of people. But
no, actually, many did.
Liberals predicted that. Not a whole lot of liberals predicted that because he was getting his butt kicked right up to the very end.
Okay, now we are getting political, so let's move on.
We'll leave it there. Leave it there.
Leave it there. Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, we've got about a half hour into this thing. It looks like an hour show might be good.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you ought to take Sundays off. Just to I don't know. It's a break for you.
I might. Because sometimes I think people feel like if it's on, they have to watch it. Well, 3 people. I don't know. And you definitely don't. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely, yeah. I think it could taper off a lot more. I'm hoping you'll pick up some of the slack.
Well, keep hoping.
No, I think you should. You need to download the StreamYard and we'll play around with it. But
I need more practice. I don't know how to. You're really good at picking it up when it slows down, picking up those quiet times. I would just probably sit and stare at the camera till somebody said something.
And that's okay too, believe it or not. I mean,
this whole show has made a better conversationalist out of you, wouldn't you say? I think it
yeah, you know what? I actually
skills.
The first interviews I've done were for my Green Bicycles channel, where I interviewed different people in the cannabis industry, and I definitely feel more comfortable now. The more you do anything, the easier it gets. So yeah, I think it's not a bad skill to have. I mean, not calling it a skill, but just not being uncomfortable. And I think you'll find, you were curious or wondering if it would be uncomfortable. Do you find that being up here uncomfortable?
No.
No, I don't know. I don't think you do.
No, to me, it's just me and you talking.
Yeah.
That's
but
all.
But when this happens, you got to get used to that a little bit. Oh, yeah. You got to get used to that a little bit. But it's not bad. It isn't. The audience is pretty good. But you know what? Hey, Joe, do you know what the question is?
The question?
Yeah.
The main question, the big question of life?
Well, what's the question?
To be or not to be, that is the question.
That's the that's the question.
Be or not to be, is there any other question?
That's it.
That is the question.
You guess what? Here, look, you've got a few of these today. I don't know if I like this. Can you read that?
Hey, Becky. Thank you, Becky. I feel great. I feel really great.
Let's see if Donnie's working.
I found this. Hey, Donnie.
Hi guys, I saw
Koch?
Becky watching.
What?
Oh, I just saw Becky's watching, so I wanted to say hi to Becky and see if she'd come on.
I've had this gout in my feet for about 10 years. And I can tell you, if anybody, I've never met anybody else that has gout, at least not in our family. And I can tell you that I've had kidney stones and gallstones and migraines, but I can tell you gout is really painful. So I suffered with that for about 10 years. And there's a medication you take when it gets really bad, and it makes it go away. But even when it goes away, it's always kind of there. You feel this pain. Sometimes it's hard to walk. Anyway, in January, I was doing a little research, and somebody recommended different supplements that they found is good for gout. So I went right out and bought them. And since January, it's like it's never happened. So I guess I'm just putting a little plug in here that some supplements really do work. For the first time in years for me, I'm pain-free completely, 100%.
What is gout?
I call supplements every day.
Is gout like a skin condition, or is it?
It's a type of arthritis. It's where these little crystals get in the joints of your feet and mostly your toes. It's that old thing when Grandpa, when his gout acts up, he knows it's going to rain. That sort of thing. And yeah, it gets in your toes, which doesn't sound serious, but when you can't walk or it's so painful you can't put a sheet over your feet when you lay down because of the weight of the sheet, you can't wear shoes. But yeah, I found these supplements, 5 or 6 things I take a handful of every day, and it's gone. And I suspect it would work on any kind of arthritis. So if anybody out there has any arthritis issues, message me on Facebook, and I will be glad to make a list of those things that I take. It took about 3 weeks.
What are they? You're getting questions of what they are. Do you remember what they are? Go ahead and say
there's a couple I can't pronounce. I'd have to read them. But I know there was blue green algae, fish oil, ginger, a product called resveratrol, and one other. I'd have to go get the can and read it, the jar.
Okay.
So I know, we're all getting older, and that can creep up on anybody. So I guess I'm curious if anybody has any arthritis issues. I would be curious for somebody else to try this, so I could know if it's not totally psychosomatic or if it really works.
Maybe
my mom has it really bad in her fingers, and I have it in my big toe.
You do? You have gout in your big toe or arthritis?
I have arthritis. So they found it on a scan when I broke my foot. They found it on a scan. It's just inflammation. But my mom has it in her fingers. So I think it's genetic.
Well, maybe you or your mom would try those supplements and let me know if it works.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Danny Wells is probably Celeste. Celeste, if she's
Danny
listening.
Wells is typing in saying he's got it.
What's that?
Danny Wells is typing in saying he's got
it. If you want, I can run get the bottles right now, but I know that was 5 of them, and yeah, but there's another one. It's a main one. It's a hard word to pronounce, and it's all natural stuff. You get it at the health food store.
And Robert's talking about organ meats, and Joe and I, neither of us eat meat, so I wonder what that's about.
What's that? Robert was what?
Robert was saying that he said gout is caused by an excess of uric acid by eating certain types of foods. Leading on the list is organ meats like liver, and I know you and I, we don't eat a lot of organ meat. I'm trying to cut down on my organ meat. I know you don't like to eat it more than once or twice a week, but
I haven't had meat.
Major habit. I know you probably don't eat it as often.
Ever, never, Donnie. I haven't had meat since the 70s.
Yeah,
you can get the uric acid from other things.
I drink a couple bottles of wine at Fifth Street Steakhouse, and Nick goes, "Do you want to try a bite?" And I go, oh, "Okay, I'll try a bite of something that had bacon in it." And whoops, it was fucking delicious. But I don't do it on a daily.
You know what that phone call was?
What?
You know, my phone call, I just had to take a phone call, by the way. Excuse me.
Was it your girlfriend?
2 tons, 4,000 pounds. Bam. That quick.
You sold 4,000 pounds today
It was your
Just
boyfriend.
now.
in those little packages?
No, 2,000 pound sacks.
Oh,
Actually, I've sold 12 of those today.
Wow,
Bam.
you're good.
I'm good. and that's the extent of my work, is what I just did.
it's the first Monday in May, and I guess people are out there getting their gardens started.
This is the biggest week of the year, yes. But that makes me happy. I'm sorry, but that makes me happy.
Well, we all have reason to be happy. I'm happy because I don't have pain in my feet. But Donnie, yeah, who did you say was asking about it? Oh, Daniel
Daniel
Wells. Yeah, just tell him to message me on Facebook, and I'll be glad to write it all out.
I
Or
don't need to tell him, you just did, baby.
Hmm?
I don't need to tell him, you just did.
Yeah.
He's watching
Green
you.
algae, fish oil, ginger, resveratrol, RESVER, resver, ATROL, resveratrol. See, I can't. That's why I got to write it out.
Bam. Bam, bam. Bama jamma.
Vitamin C is good too.
How's the painting business going on with all of this, Joe? Is it still, are you able to do work?
Well, I have not done a thing in about 7 weeks, and today we started back up.
Sorry.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I
was
guess.
thinking people could still have the outside of their house painted. Why wouldn't they?
Well, I was hoping it'd go a few more weeks before I had started back up, but I've got people that one guy wants to put his house on the market at the end of the week, and so I'm trying to get it done for him. And I've enjoyed the break, just not having any business phone calls has been wonderful.
Yeah, I'm doing business emails right now as we sit here. I'm on my laptop doing emails and watching the show on my phone.
So you're still working, Don? You still get stuff come in? The
Yeah.
Pandemic hasn't affected
No.
people making cartoons, huh?
Oh, it's definitely affecting it, but it just postponed it. So I don't have any new work coming in, but the jobs I had before, they took like a month off to figure out how they're going to get everybody to record from home. And now they're all in the middle of setting up their equipment and recording starting this week for the 3 shows that I have. And they're all doing studio testing and trying to get the software downloaded and microphones set up. And that's just been my job for the last month, is just to kind of coordinate between the actors and the studios to get everyone working from home.
Have you seen they've done a couple Saturday Night Lives now with people, everybody doing it from their home, all the cast members?
I didn't watch the Saturday Night Live, but I did watch when Brad Pitt was Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one. He's still my favorite all-time actor, and if I ever get a chance to sleep with him, Nick's totally okay with it.
That's like when Lori and I met Ricky Nelson, and we were just both standing backstage talking to him, and Lori was, real young and beautiful, and I was thinking, if she goes with this guy, if he tries to take her, I can't really say anything.
I thought you were going to say, if
tell me
Lori
what time to
agrees
pick
with
him up.
let me sleep with Ricky Nelson.
He was 35 years old and looked like a Greek god or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the question is like, how humiliated will you be when the other person doesn't want to sleep with you back? And you're like, but you're my get out of jail free card. And they're like, no can do, lady. You're fucking crazy. And I'm like, but Brad, you're my one and only. He's like, Don Hershey, take a step back, girl. It's going to be sad when Mandy Moore tries to slap Nick Lope in the face because that's his get out of jail free card. He loves Mandy Moore so much.
And he fantasizes getting slapped in the face by her.
No, that's going to happen when she gets confronted by him because, you know, she's Sheriff Callie on Sheriff Callie's Wild West. And so I have a connection to that show because my friends write on that show. And he said, you could actually get into a session where you could actually introduce me to Mandy Moore. Like it's actually a possibility I could maybe one day meet her. Me meeting Brad Pitt's never going to happen ever in a million years.
Well, you met
But
Robert
Mandy
Downey
Moore's like
Jr.
a possibility.
You worked with Robert Downey Jr. He's as big a star as Brad Pitt.
You think? Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
Money-wise, I bet you.
he's probably worth more money than Brad Pitt too, I would guess.
Yeah, maybe because the Iron Man, you know, Iron Man franchise is why I worked with him because of the Iron Man video game. Yeah, he's not as sexy as Brad Pitt. He's very he's smart. But Brad Pitt's very different. We don't need to get going on Brad Pitt unless you guys want to. Anyone want to? Just kidding.
I like Brad Pitt. He's got a good thing going on. Except in Joe Black. Meet Joe Black. I didn't care for his character.
Yeah.
He was
No.
just
I don't love all of his movies for sure. Is that
the
why
whole
you
movie. He was just looking away.
Is that my microphone, Patrick? Do you want to mute me and check?
I'll mute you. Yep, it's yours. It's yours. I'm a little distracted.
To be or not to be, Patrick? That is the question.
Sorry.
What's the rest of that line? Do you know the rest of it?
No, I'd have to think on that one. I'm thinking is that Shakespeare?
Yeah.
I don't know too much Shakespeare.
That's from Macbeth.
Whether it was Hamlet, Donnie. He was contemplating suicide. Be or not to be.
I really want to. Should I go back out?
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by posing in them to die to sleep. Anyway, stuff like that.
That is it.
I think so. So Patrick, what Shakespeare do you know, Donnie?
Well, I don't know any.
Shakespeare.
I know a sonnet, and it's very beautiful. And I remember writing this sonnet to Jose when I first met Jose. It was because Valentine's Day, we were taking a Spanish class together at Chico State. And I wanted to tell him that I liked him, but I didn't know how. And so it was Valentine's Day, so I made a homemade card. This was back in the 90s. Oh, God, 1992. And I wrote in the sonnet, it said, "You are to my thoughts as food is to life, or as sweet season showers are to the earth."
Sounds like Shakespeare to me. That's pretty good.
That's
Thanks.
pretty good. I'm impressed.
Yep, he asked me out, and then we dated for 5 years.
All because of that one little
Yep.
poem.
All because of that little sonnet.
They'll do it every time.
Yep.
Oh. Chewy.
Bless you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Donnie.
You get allergies over there in Crescent City? You don't get allergies over there.
I'm not. You know, it's weird. It's not all the time. It's once in a while. This is allergy season for sure. But Donnie, did you watch the movie Michael Moore movie?
No, I haven't watched it yet. Dennis Dietz just sent me the link, and he sent me the link to the panel that Michael Moore was on because the left was panning it so bad. I wanted to watch the movie and then watch the link because you said you might have it on your show on Friday night, a discussion about the.
Or I think that'd be a good one for Uncle Joe to do. But yeah, it's on YouTube. You can watch it for free on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll watch that. I'll watch that in the next day or two, and then we can talk about it maybe Friday night.
Yeah. It's yeah. Definitely like I have some definitely strong thoughts about it.
Yeah, good. Joe's taking a sip of wine. I know that's wine, Joe.
No, it's water.
Shut up. So's mine. Are you guys dating anyone?
What's that?
Are you guys dating anyone?
My last date was about 2008, 2006.
Yes.
Last time I
Still
dated,
waiting for her to call you back?
and it seems to be getting thinner and thinner as I get older. The pickings. It's been 12 years now, so I don't expect anything to happen in the future.
So, what do single people do during the coronavirus outbreak? Do you still hope to date people when you're single, or do you have to just shut it all down until this is all over?
Don't ask this old man. Ask a younger guy. Dating is gone for me. That's history.
Yeah.
And it's so peaceful. Just getting over, not caring if you're with somebody. It's a lot of peace of mind.
Yeah.
Let me drop that gray link for Jennifer or anyone else who wants to come back.
All right. There's Joe's date. Like, Joe, I saw you on the show.
Yeah, let me figure out how to
Yeah, the phones just start ringing off the hook when you start getting up here. You'll see. You become kind of.
You're not on Crescent City Tinder or anything.
No, I'm not.
Sorry.
Oh, I think we need to set you up on a date with someone.
That's not a problem.
Oh,
I know.
You don't want to go on dates. You have plenty of women. You just don't want to talk about it.
Somewhere along in there, yes.
All right, I will make you talk about it.
Okay.
We need a Saturday night show for that. Friday night for politics, Saturday night for sexual exploits, dating.
Right.
No,
Right.
no, we're not going to. I don't even want
Yeah, I
to.
guess that's not too much of a family show. Everyone would be like, "Ooh, I don't want to hear my family talk about dating."
Right. We don't have the right crowd for that.
Right, for sure.
I'd have to bow out on that one.
No, we're okay though. Crescent City, believe it or not, we're okay.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yes.
Got a couple single women in Crescent City. Huh?
There's like 6, I think.
Ah,
Just rotate them Monday through Saturday.
No.
Take Sunday
No,
off.
it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Well, just look at this.
what's that?
Charlie
Just look. Come
and
on.
Aubrey are into boys, and they wish they could be dating. Aubrey loves boys. She's 7. Charlie's very either way. I don't know. She talks about girls and boys. I don't know. I just got a couple of screams in the living room saying that I'm a horrible mother for mentioning that.
Well, I don't know. It's a complicated world nowadays. That's for sure.
Frick you! Don't say to frick me. You know you like boys. Shut up. I don't like boys, brother. Yes, you do.
Oh, they're listening, aren't they?
They listen to everything. Little walls have ears everywhere. What do you do?
Yeah. How are the cookies come out? They made cookies the other day. I saw them on Facebook. How'd they come out?
Oh my God! Let me show you. I'm gonna go get one and show you guys.
okay.
You are the left half a cup of seawater.
So we got about 5 minutes for an hour. I like an hour show. You know, I think we get enough covered.
Our show's good.
I think it's good. We can
Pretty
plenty
soon,
done in an hour.
pretty soon you're talking just to be talking. Or that's what I'll do. I'll start talking about nothing, just to be talking. And
No.
nobody wants to hear.
Look at
nobody
this
wants to
cookie.
hear my random thoughts.
Oh yeah. There's some chocolate chips on that one.
That's a good big old cookie. It's like as big as my face.
Yeah.
Eggless?
No, they're not eggless, but I can make you some.
It's as big as my hand.
It's bigger than her hand. Here, go put it back up on the sink.
No, back anyway. Eat it.
I got a magic trick. I'm waiting to where I can do it for Charlie. I think she's going to be impressed.
Oh, good.
But, I don't think I can do it on video. So as soon as we can be in the same space, I want to come over and try it on her.
Well, you can come in the driveway. We socialize in our driveways. We had Holly over once, and we had 16 over once.
So what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Tuesday.
Yeah. Is it a special day?
No, tonight's The Bachelor. Well, that's good. That's exciting.
You know.
Oh, I found a really good Netflix show yesterday. It was so good I watched the whole season. It is called God damn it.
Wasn't that good then?
Talk amongst yourselves and it'll hit me in a second.
I watched a really good Hulu show this week that was called Normal. This is totally normal. Something normal. The couples are talk amongst yourselves. Yeah.
Well, I watched
it was this couple in Ireland and they're young love. They met in high school and they go through college and they have young love, and it was so I cried the whole show. Normal People. It's called Normal People. It's on Hulu.
There's a lot of good English shows, and I like the humor, and I like the fact that they don't have to look like Brad Pitt. You know.
Yeah.
I love that. They're normal looking people, and they're not like bullshit. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Talking about the English series they have.
Yeah.
That's true, but sometimes you can't understand what they're talking about.
You know what I learned is you put on subtitles, because then you can read it. Because I watched the whole show of the Irish guy on the, I don't know, this detective show. And I realized the subtitles were on. And then when I turned them off, I'm like, oh, fuck, I needed the subtitles. So anytime you do a Netflix with something in British or Irish, just do the subtitles. It'll help you a lot.
I love the way the English always finish their sentences with a question, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Donnie, do you notice a lot of the original movies on, you watch Prime Video?
Yeah.
Do you notice a lot of the original movies, they have the music edited too loud? And you literally you can't hear the talking.
Every time there's a montage. I know. Why?
And you think, you wonder what's that the editor thinking when they mix that down? Why do they do that?
I know. I understand. I don't know.
It's a little peeve of mine. I use it on Prime Video more than Netflix, and it's always on their originals.
Yeah.
89. What's Zane's birthday tomorrow? Is it?
Yeah, the 5th.
Yeah, his birthday tomorrow, and my mom wants everyone to drive by at 12 o'clock and honk in the front yard and bring something to post in the front yard, like a card or a message, or maybe, I don't know, a lotto ticket, or I'm going to bring them some sort of lunch.
You know what? I thought about that today, is getting a lotto ticket or something for the show, and the people who actually comment, so I know who's out there, will be entered at the end of the show. Will undo the lottery ticket and they can win it. How about that for a segment?
Then you're doing a show that actually costs you money instead of making. It's a great business model, Patrick.
Yeah, I know. Well, by the way, the show is sponsored by Green Bicycles. Buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
So now I can write it all off. Just like that. And our logo is up on the top right hand of the screen over there.
I'll talk about TV shows all day long with Uncle Joe.
Well,
God, I wish I could remember the name of that show. That
you'll think of it when I have, because I asked this question before, Donnie.
I remember. It's called Upload,
Oh yeah.
and I think it's Prime Video.
Yeah, okay, I've heard of it. I'll watch it. If you think it's
Upload. There's like 10 of them.
good.
I
Yeah.
watched all 10 yesterday. It was so good.
Oh, okay.
It got 5
Nice.
stars. It's a mixture of science fiction, comedy, drama, romance. It's got everything.
Cool.
I don't know.
Upload.
Donnie, you've dealt with a lot of celebrities, and this phenomenon kind of fascinates me. On why are they so important to us? Why do you know? I'm sure you've seen it where somebody sees a celebrity, it actually it impacts them. You know, when where's the psychology going on there? What do you think?
Well, I mean, anything that that's just a phenomenon. That's just a real thing. I mean, there's no denying that. I have no idea why people glorify celebrities so much, because they're kind of jerks. And it's like rich people, you know, but I don't know why they glorify them so much. They're intimidating. It's true. They're very intimidating.
And I imagine that's a blessing and a burden to be that way. It'd probably take a unique individual to be able to handle that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we just identify them with the characters they play, and we think that they're like those characters, and they're real mature, or they're real tough, or beautiful, or whatever, like the character. And you meet them, and they're nothing like the character.
Yeah, I mean, I've had multiple discussions with producers every time they go to say, you know, we want a celebrity for this part. I always take the side of the voiceover actor and go, are you sure you want a celebrity for the part? Because they're not better actors, they're not better voiceover actors. They're just gonna give the writer or the creator the satisfaction of knowing that they had that person fulfill their fantasy of doing the part that they wrote.
Well, does it help
It's
sell the
not
project?
necessarily going to bring more viewers to the cartoon unless they're willing to do a lot of press, or if they're willing to lend their name to the project or the box. But unless it's like a big Pixar, you know, movie, DreamWorks, Pixar, those big budget animation shows, I always try to talk the producer into using just a regular actor who's going to do the best voice for the part, and not because they're famous or not because they are known. That's the same thing. Famous or because they'll bring clout. I just think it's better. You're better off going with someone who's just a voiceover actor.
Now, I kind of have a different point of view, and I'm not a big movie buff whatsoever, but actually when I hear a cartoon character and I can recognize that person's voice, to me that adds intrigue to it, because it's like, oh, I know who that is, you know, and I think it adds value at some level. Like what Woody played by Tom Hanks or whoever played him is, you know, it's like, you know who that is. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, like Cameron Diaz was in Shrek, and I thought it was the most abominable voiceover I've ever heard. And I was like, how did this really happen? But I like her when she's like silly and on her Charlie's Angels live action stuff, but then she does voiceover and I want to kill myself.
Okay. I don't remember that one.
You don't remember Shrek?
I don't think I watched Shrek.
Mike Myers.
I don't have
Oh my
kids.
God.
Tony. I don't have
Oh,
kids.
right. It's only people with kids.
I haven't seen Frozen. All I know is I know it's a thing.
I've slept through Frozen 4 or 5 times. Hate it all.
I'll tell you, Brady, being a kid in the 90s with
He got the best.
Donnie working the same
He got the
cartoons that
best.
Brady was watching.
He got the best cartoons. The
That
best.
was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Especially when you'd have the cartoon character called Brady on the
Yeah.
telephone.
Yeah.
Did that 2 or 3 times.
Wants me to have the chick from Teen Titans Go call him because he's obsessed with Teen Titans Go.
Well, you know what? Hey, we've gone over an hour now. Is there anything pressing, or I think people appreciate when I don't linger too much after that. Is there anything you want to keep on talking about, or I would like to set up a show with Uncle Joe, where he hosts it, and we'll talk about the new Michael Moore movie, or pendulums, or UFOs. I want to do that, and then we could do that anytime. And I can do this show anytime. So I would like to do an evening show.
Let's get it on the books, Pat. Let's get it on the books.
We'll talk about that.
I'll have your people call his people.
Yeah, you handle that, Donnie. That's your up your alley. You call Donnie, call Joe for me and try to arrange this, okay?
Maybe next time.
Okay.
I'll have to see what my schedule is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch the rest of that Michael Moore movie, and we'll hit that a little bit on Friday night.
No, there's a bunch of good topics in the stuff that I'm interested in, for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and you got anything else with Joe? Anything else, Donnie?
I'm good.
Let's just say goodbye to everybody. Let's do it on the count of 3. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Me and you. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, love, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bam, bam. Becky, the Michael movie, it's just do a YouTube Michael Moore and it'll come right at the top. Take care, peace, love, and happiness.